Welcome back, Super Friends. What's the hubbub? I'll cover all that in a few moments. First, let's just jump right in and nerd out.
Your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
You will make my strength your own. See my life through your eyes, as your life will be seen through mine.
I have so many questions.
Clifton. Home. Daily home.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
You have a dog?
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it.
Superman!
Thank you.
No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. We have no consciousness whatsoever, merely automatons here to serve. Meet 12. She's Muse.
He looked at me.
14 fractured bones.
Damage to bladder, kidney, large intestine, lungs.
With a healthy dose of yellow sun, we'll have you up and at 'em in no time. Level 4, 292 times Saharan Prime, please, one.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
This modern score take is from creator Jungle MU. It's a modern composition, and what catches my amateur ear are the extended notes into the march. Also, the beat throughout the score really adds depth. It's respectful to John Williams, yet harkens a new era that we're in. This fan trailer edit combines that score with prior teaser, preview, and recent full trailer footage. Perhaps it may give an idea of what a potential full June trailer will be like. I'll also cover some news, updates, and rumors in this edition. We'll do another Hubbub Hotline, which is featuring comments from viewers. I am a believer in civil debate, so as always, the other perspectives are welcomed here. It's not the echo chamber that some toxic fandoms create. Please like and comment if enjoying the content, by the way. It helps with reach where we can engage with more normies as well. They can use some optimism going into the new movie and DCU, as there are enough Snyder Bro channels dunking on it unfairly. Oh, good bloody grief. Super Hubbub subscribers, please let me know in the comments if you have any Superman and DCU reaction / rebuttal channel requests. I did receive one recently on my last video from shout out to Big Guy 617, who wanted a reaction to Jester Bell. She recently asserted Gunn's Superman is a man-child. Calling him a man-child misses the point entirely.
I feel like Superman might be leaning more towards another man-child character. I know I'm gonna get shot. I know I'm gonna get shot. But listen, James Gunn specialty is man-children in his movies. All of the male characters, with the exception of, I suppose, Groot, well, not even that, they are more of man-children characters. They're very immature male characters. So is Peacemaker. These are the kinds of characters that Gunn has gravitated towards. And I'm not saying at all that you can't do male characters who are super immature. Like, that's the entire point of the Guardians of the Galaxy and Peacemaker and pretty much every character that James Gunn has done.
Having humor and idealism doesn't make Superman immature. It makes him human. At his core, he's a humble character who, as Zod referenced in Man of Steel, was raised on a farm.
There's a marked immaturity to them, and that's what has worked for him. But this is my fear of what is happening with Superman, is that James Gunn is incapable of doing anything else. So when he's doing Superman, a character that, by the way, I covered this, he originally said the reason he didn't want to do Superman is he wasn't interested in him, and then he found a way in. He found a way to relate himself to the character.
Gunn's so to speak, is moving away from the godlike figure to a working-class Superman instead. He grew up in Smallville, learning the values of kindness, humility, and compassion. Though he has incredible powers, it's his unwavering belief in helping others, no matter the cost, that truly defines him. As Gunn points to, Superman values protecting life above all else.
I'm worried that James Gunn's way of relating to Superman is to turn him into one of his characters.
His heroism comes from his character, not his abilities. He chooses hope and kindness not because he's immature, but because he understands the weight of his power and wants to be a source of light in a world that can often be dark. It's idealistic and pure. His optimism is a conscious moral choice, not a lack of emotional growth. This dynamic is something Donna's Superman, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, and the Captain America movies understood was important. In the scene she is referencing, I think yes. There is context being missed by Jester Bell. It may very well be a mock interview Lois is doing and pushing his buttons as far as she can so that he can learn how to handle the press. There is probably a build-up, and a 3-minute trailer catches the boiling point of his emotion. The interview alone was rumored to be over 10 minutes long originally. In other footage, we also have seen Superman saying thank you to a robot, and later distraught after the engineer slices and dices up the fortress. The robots are ties to his Kryptonian heritage, keeping him connected to a world he is from but never experienced. He also embraces Pa Kent in a serious talk. Not to mention, he seems to say goodbye to Lois maturely, as he's presumably coming back to help after sidelined with what fans are theorizing may be Solaris. He does so like a man, not knowing if he will return. That contrast isn't bad writing, it's layered storytelling. It shows a man who wrestles with identity and responsibility. Next, we're on to some news and updates. It looks like the studio has confidence in the latest screenings. They are now launching select early screenings for July 7th through Amazon. Gunn recently shot down rumors of a Bizarro moment, from the cannonball super flight power used to propel Superman to Earth in attack mode against enemies. On some other rumors, there are some social media posts regarding early projections on opening weekend and ramping up expectations of the overall worldwide numbers. Slow down. Walk before running. Personally, I've said before that the studio never greenlit the movie for starting DCU verse. Under expectations, it would be $1 billion out of the gate. If it does, somewhere in the high $600 or $700 million worldwide range, that's a huge win. Even high $500 million range, if good word of mouth and reviews, would be a solid start. While I'm optimistic it won't flop, which would be doing less than Captain America, Brave New World, and Thunderbolts, I think Superman has to overcome rebuilding the DC movie brand after the DCEU fizzled out badly. That may not happen with just one movie. It may take a solid start and next sets of DCU movies to rehabilitate and land in good graces of the fans again. Remember, after Snyder Bros. Boycotted Black Adam and even Henry Cavill himself due to cameo in non-Snyder movie, it really fell apart badly. I disagree with Aaron Fischer yet again, by the way.
Everybody wanted to get away from the series feel, and it ruined everything. And I said, okay, let's go by that logic. Let's just say that is the case. Let's say that the audience wanted a different tone, and they wanted things to be completely different. That change came after Aquaman. Why did people stop coming? That's when everything changed. That's when everything became what everybody claims they want out of superhero films.
He believes the added humor is why DCEU started doing worse at the end.
That's when all the comedy came in, the lightheartedness, and that's when everybody stopped going to the movies to see these superhero films. It's a fact. The only time they came back...
Then he cited Black Adam as going back to the Snyder formula.
When Black Adam came out and things got a little more serious, and the audience came back for that, and then they announced a reboot and everything tanked after that too.
And that it performed well. I disagree. Again, many Snyder Bros at the time boycott both the movie and cameo by Henry Cavill for not being a Snyder movie. Black Adam grossed only $393 million worldwide. The film earned $168 million domestically and $225 million internationally. Despite having a production budget of around $200 million, the film was considered a financial disappointment alongside being badly reviewed as a whole.
So it's a fact that when things become a comedy with DC, people stop going to the theater. They just do not go. They don't support it. They don't want to support it. So that argument does not hold any weight. It is a fact that the DCU was extremely successful at the beginning and all the way through Aquaman. It just was.
Also, while I believe it will have its own tone, if given the choice for a bit more humor mixed with action, I'd take the Guardians of Galaxy intentional humor over Batman vs. Superman, which was unintentionally funny with Jolly Rancher Lex. Just my preference, folks. I feel former TV Superman actor Dean Cain, who turns 59 in July, a good Superman month for him to celebrate on, had a decent point with his assessment of James Gunn in balancing the humor and tone.
As much as I admire James Gunn as a filmmaker, I was very hesitant at first because all of his films have been irreverent.
I know James Gunn, and he's got that irreverence. And that sense of humor, I think, is what's been missing from the Superman movies lately. Henry Cavill did a great job, but when he smiled, it looked awkward. When he was friendly, it looked awkward. It was just wasn't. It didn't seem right. So, and he great as the torture guy, and obviously he was wonderful. But even watching the trailer and having Crypto come in, and there's a little bit of a sense of humor to it because Crypto jumps on him at first and does all that sort of stuff. I think there's going to be a sense.
The
of
only
humor
line
to
of dialogue, "Take me home."
Yeah,
very meta. I don't think that's random. I think that's very much on purpose.
And I love it.
I'm telling you though, brother, if they screw us on this, I mean, I'm going to lose it. They better not screw us on this.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Back to discussing the challenges of the mission towards the DC rebuild and rehabilitation. We all know the wild crisis that Ezra's personal life had towards impacting the box office performance of The Flash. Plus, Zack Snyder left Gunn stuck by inheriting a Flash movie already underway from him casting Ezra Miller for his DCEU. Also, there is a lot of summer movie competition alongside the superhero genre being in a lull. As far as this other rumor that Superman gets a new suit, I tend to believe that's fanboy generated. It's possible, but I'd be more likely to believe he gets a new suit into the next movies, or he will have developed multiple suit versions. I mean, hey, that does fan servicing, but also sells more toys as a bonus. Just saying! Lastly, some user comments for the Hubbub Hotline. I appreciate the opinions from multiple perspectives. Keep those civil, and even if we disagree, there is always merit to debating as fans respectfully. As always, keep your eyes to the skies as Superman flies in July. Look up, not back. Take care of yourselves and others.